gonna share my screen now. Right. Well, right now, namaste everyone. Welcome to Hindi University. Really excited to have all of you this Sunday. As you know, my name is Ashutosh, and we meet every Sunday, 8 a.m. US Pacific time, which is time on the west coast of the US, and we learn about the Hindi language. Right. For those of you who are new to Hindi University, you can learn more about us by going to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Hindi University. Or you can also go to our website, which is hindiuniversity.org, and find out all the details about how you can join the Sunday classes as well as all the practice sessions we have throughout the week, and interact with the community, which is Hindi University global community, and learn from each other, as well as focus on different grammar concepts, vocabulary, Hindi comprehension, and then if you're interested in Devanagari also, there are multiple resources we have which will help you get started on that. And then if you want to join the Sunday classes, all you need is the Zoom link, or you can use the meeting ID to join the classes. There's no expectation that everything in advance. You can simply, as long as you can commit some practice, I think you should be able to join there. And I also use this WhatsApp community link to enroll students, and this is just to make sure that you're a legitimate Hindi learner. Once we know that, we'll onboard you into the other platform that we have. Okay. Some more logistics. This year we've been following two books: Pingu Learns Hindi, which is the book by Hindi University, and the second book we're using is the Primer of Modern Standard Hindi by Professor Michael Shapiro. We typically try to use a new book every year, but Michael Shapiro book, it's just a pretty vast book. It has a lot of concepts, and so I'm trying to go gradually to cover each and every concept, and sometimes it's taking longer than, because, the book may have only half a page about a topic, but it is possible that we will take 2 lectures or 2 Sunday sessions to cover it, because the idea is you should feel comfortable and not rushed, right? So with that being said, last week we prepare a new topic, which is when there's an activity and you want to talk about sort of inception of something, right, or beginning of something. And so there was one exercise, we didn't finish it, and I gave you as a homework exercise, and KTG asked us if we can do a quick review of that. So we will do that quickly. And right after that, we'll jump into, how do you clarify your needs and requirements in Hindi? And by the end of the class, my goal is that all of you will be comfortable. If you need something or if you require something, you should be able to ask that in Hindi. Okay. With that being said, we'll just quickly do one exercise, and after that, we'll jump right into today's session. So, last week we spoke about multiple scenarios, and we practiced about inception of something in the present tense, and then if you want to talk about something that started happening right in the past, and then there was this exercise. So KTG, I'll start with you only. If you can go over the first sentence and at least give me your approach about what you tried and where you got stuck, and then I'll try to simplify it. Yeah.
This is what I think number 1 is. Agar kal barafgiri, bache gar par kelne lagunge.
Beautiful. Okay. What does the sentence mean if you were to translate it?
If it snows tomorrow, the children will play at home.
Okay. First is they will play. If it was simply they will play, it would be bache.
Sorry?
If the sentence was simply kids will play.
Bache kelunge.
So masculine, even if it is a group, it's plural. So it would be?
Kelenge.
Beautiful.
Sorry.
Beautiful.
Oh, God.
No, it's okay.
I sort of know it, but I don't know why I said kalungi.
Kelenge. Right? So then, if it is khelna plus lagna, future indefinite, it will be?
Sorry, can you say it again? Sorry.
So this was just the future indefinite. Now you want to say they will begin to play.
बच्चे खेलने
Mhm.
लगेंगे.
Beautiful. Right? Okay, खेलेंगे, खेलने लगेंगे. I hope everyone is following it. So this is simple, right? खेलने लगेंगे, right? You will not come across this word type of scenarios often, so don't stress out about it. Like mostly you will be just using future indefinite. But if you want to send the signal, this is the beginning of something, and it's going to continue for some period of time, that's when you will use this case. Otherwise, if you want to just say that, they will play as a one-time activity, you will stick with that, right? It's like, मैं Paris जाऊंगा, okay? But if you, let's say you've gotten a job which will require you to go on and on, and it's like the beginning of that now that I've gotten this engagement, मैं अब Paris जाने लगूंगा. It's not a one-time activity. It's like an inception of that, it will begin. Yeah. So I hope the distinction makes sense. Michael from Pennsylvania, Michael ji, you want to do the next one? You have to unmute yourself, Michael ji.
जैसे ही स्कूल फिर से खुलेंगे, students सुबह सुबह दौड़ने लगेंगे.
Beautiful, right? First one is दौड़ेंगे, just a future indefinite. That will, what does it mean, the sentence?
As soon as school opens again, students in the morning will begin to run.
Yeah. So they will begin to run. Okay. So दौड़ने लगेंगे. It's the same thing as the previous sentence. खेलने लगेंगे, दौड़ने लगेंगे, and you can make it up. पढ़ने लगेंगे, right? सोचने लगेंगे, right? दोस्त बनाने लगेंगे. Like they will begin to make friendship, right? I'm slightly harder, but you can continue to think in that direction.
And are they running to the school or away from the school?
Well, that is a good question, right? I mean, to the school or away from the school. So we'll leave it up to the imagination of some will run towards the school, some will run away, right? Awesome. So the next one is the same as the first one, so I'm going to skip this one. Josh, you want to do this one?
Okay. जब नया मार्वल ट्रेलर आएगा, तुम सब मिलकर देखने लग देखने लगा.
Okay, so this is tum. Right? Tum.
Okay. देखने लगे.
So if it is just a future indefinite, it will be tum. Movie, let's say you want to say you will watch movie. Tum movie.
तुम movie deck. I want to say decade.
No. So with tum, it's a little bit tricky, right? It's a semi-formal. आप देखेंगे, तू देखेगा. With tum, it will be.
तुम देखेगो.
Okay, almost there. देखोगे.
देखोगे.
Yeah, so it's a in between. If it is तू खाना खाएगा, you will eat food. तू पानी पिएगा, right? तू हिंदी पढ़ेगा, right? If it is you are too close to the person, then you can use that, or you feel comfortable, right? I mean, if it is respectful, then it's आप movie देखेंगे, आप पानी पिएंगे, आप TV देखेंगे. For semi-formal, it's देखोगे. So you take the verb, you take the verb, you remove the na, and you put oge to that.
देखोगे.
Take a couple of verbs. Sochna will be
Oh,
take a sochna.
okay. So choge,
Beautiful. Okay. Bolna will be
bologe.
beautiful. Both beautiful, right? Now you have to use it with lagna.
So what was our original word? Deck, oge.
Okay.
The deck
Take.
ne
Mm-hmm.
lagoge.
Beautiful.
Is that right? Lagoge?
Yes, it's correct. So
Okay,
it's tongue
okay.
twister, but it's देखने लगोगे. Okay, so it's as much as it sounds like what is going on, it's correct, right? देखने लगोगे.
Okay.
Right. We'll do the last one. Michael G from Germany. You want to do the last one?
Sure. अगर सर्दी लंबी रही, लोग जिम के बजाय पार्क में चलने लगेंगे.
Beautiful. Okay. What does it mean?
Um,
What is sardi?
if winter,
Winter. What is lambi rahi meaning?
yeah, that's what I'm struggling with. Like if the winter is long,
Yes, it's correct.
then
So
okay.
if the winter is long, it's you have to get used to it. Yeah. So if the winter is long,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Then people will go to the gym instead of the park, or will start going to the gym instead of the park.
So the opposite, because they will start defying it. Because
Okay.
typically people will go to the gym when the winter is like normal duration. Gym ke bajay, what does it mean? Gym ke bajay.
So instead of the gym.
Yes, instead
Okay.
of the gym, right? Pani ke bajay, instead of the water. Khane ke bajay, instead of the food. Okay? Mere bajay, okay, instead of me.
That's what I thought initially, but like to me that makes no sense. Like if the winter is very long, why would you go to the park instead of the gym? Like wouldn't you go to the gym instead because the park is still snow covered?
Yeah. But I think this one, yeah, it's just a sentence, right? So,
Okay.
but yeah. Lo gym ke bajay, instead of the gym, park mein, if it is just a future indefinite, park mein chalenge. And if it is the beginning of something, like on an ongoing basis, chalne lagenge. Right? Path mein chalne lagenge. Okay. So this was just a quick recap. KTG, is it good now, or you feel?
Yes, sorry, I was just being really stupid and I had some brain fog.
No,
But now I
not at
completely
all.
get it. So sorry about that.
No, not at all, right? It was tricky also, right? I mean, so it's all good. So
All
wonderful.
good, thank you.
Wonderful. So we'll switch to today's topic. And before I jump into it, I want to kind of quickly refresh everyone's sort of, if you guys remember, few classes ago, we spent time on in Hindi when a subject is doing something versus a subject is experiencing something. Those are two different constructs. In English, they both are considered from an agent perspective, from a subject perspective. And what do I mean by that? When I say I eat food, it's simply a subject is focused on, like, they will be doing something. Okay. I feel good, again, it's written from a subject perspective, right? Or I receive a book, okay, or I like mango. All of them, if you notice, you have a subject, you are using a particular form of the verb and then the object. But in Hindi and some other languages, we went over it, some of these things are considered experiences. Okay, experience to your body, something that happens to your body, something that happens to your heart, something that happens to your mind, or comes to your hand and comes to your eyes. Okay, when that happens, we learned that we will use the postposition ko, okay, with the subject. So if I am receiving something, it will be I. In English, you have I receive a gift. In Hindi, it's main with the postposition ko, mujhko, right? Mujhko or mujhe, gift, and then the verb, right? Same thing, mujhe thand lagti hai or mujhe neend aa rahi hai. So we went over a lot of these examples, right? Now, in today's class, we learned the concept of chahiye. Chahiye. What is chahiye? Similar to the concept we learned in the previous classes, when you need something, or you desire or require something, in Hindi it's also considered an experience to the subject, okay? And to express that, if you need help in English, you will simply say, I need help. However, in English, it is written from an agent perspective. In Hindi, the focus is more on what is needed. Okay, what is needed, right? So it's more on the object side rather than on the subject side. So it's, if you were to loosely translate it, it will be translated as help is needed. How do you convey is needed in Hindi? How do you convey help? Forget about help, we'll figure it out. How do you convey is needed in Hindi? Christine ji.
With chahiye.
There you go, chahiye.
Okay.
Right? So all you have is help here, and you will put it chahiye. Help chahiye. Okay. What is help in Hindi?
Madad.
Very good. Right? So if it is simply help is needed, it will be madad.
Madad chahiye.
Beautiful. Try to use some other examples or other, instead of mother, say something else.
Pani chahiye.
Pani chahiye. What is pani?
Water.
Beautiful. Pani chahiye. What else?
Neend chahiye.
Which one? Neend.
Neend.
Okay. What else?
Paisa chahiye.
Paise. Very good. Paise chahiye. Paise chahiye. Money is needed. Now, so far, so that's the loose translation, is needed. Now the question is, to who? Okay? To who? Who is the beneficiary of it? Right? So if it is, we're talking about John, okay, what will you use to connect John, that he is the one that who will require the mother or the pani or money?
Who?
Blood. Yes,
Oh,
very
sorry.
good. No, it's
Sorry.
okay. So that's okay. So blood, you want to take it from here? How do you tie these two together? You have to unmute yourself, Vladji.
Maybe like John ko madad chahiye.
Yeah, beautiful. To convey to who, you have to use with the subject ko, right? Just like we say John ko bukhar hai, John has fever, right? It works the similar way. John ko madad chahiye, John ko pani chahiye, John ko paise chahiye. And all it means is John needs help. Okay, John ko madad chahiye, John ko pani chahiye, John needs water. Okay, John ko paise chahiye, John needs money. Right? I hope you're following, all of you are following it. And just to kind of ask a trick question, why are we using ko here? Okay, KTG, why are we using ko here?
Because it's to John, so help is required to John.
Yes.
John requires
yes.
help, so that's how they do
Okay.
it.
Yes, well, right. So it works differently. It's like if it is English, it's John needs water. The focus is more on John as opposed to what is needed. Now in Hindi also, if you were to think harder, you can make it agent specific, especially this particular case. Anyone wants to guess how you can? Right now we are focusing on what is needed. John को मदद चाहिए, John को पानी चाहिए, John को पैसे चाहिए. You can turn it around and you can still focus it on John, but you have to use something else instead of chahiye. You can use a verb called,
Chahna.
there you go, chahna, chahna, which appears very similar. How would you change the sentence?
John pani chahata hai.
Beautiful. John pani chahta hai, which means, and it's there is no ko here. Okay, it means John desires water. Okay. However, it's not so commonly used unless you want to highlight everything if you want to focus on John rather than the requirement of what he wants. In this case, the focus is really John, not what is needed. And Hindi speakers, most of the time, they will stay here, and they will always invariably use the first one. John ko pani chahiye, John ko, because that's how the language writers or linguists wrote it. Right? The focus is always like the indirect way of expressing what is needed. Right? But when we learn about chahna, right, we will go into that. But I thought it will be good for you to see the contrast, that there is a way, especially when you want to talk about the desire or the need or requirement. Okay. Any questions so far?
I have a question, Ashuji.
Yeah.
Chahiye, is that like please help, or is it because with the EA on the end?
Yeah, so it is not imperative. It's a concept of its own, on its own. So it's not a DGA or goal-A.
It's not, okay.
I was brainstorming it. If you don't know chahiye, if let's say you are not aware of it, right? What is your backup? Your backup is basically imperatives. Pani DGA, right? Let's say you are stuck in a place where you're surrounded by native speakers, right? And you don't know chahiye. You would rely, your backup is imperative, pani DGA.
Okay.
Or pani DGA, that's what it would be.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do some more. What else in pani, madad? What if you need time? Kavita ji, how would you say? I need time.
मुझे वक्त I'm a complete beginner, so I guess मुझे वक्त चाहिए.
Beautiful. You are not complete beginner. Right? So you will say
धन्यवाद.
मुझे time चाहिए और मुझे वक्त चाहिए. Right? So beautiful. मुझे time चाहिए, मुझे वक्त चाहिए. If you need rest, okay? You need, Sunny ji, if you need rest, how would you say rest in Hindi? Not sure if you okay. Yeah, try.
मुझे आराम चाहिए.
Beautiful. Right? So it will be आराम. आराम. मुझे आराम चाहिए. Okay. Let's say you need medication. How would you say that?
मुझे
Will be-
मुझे दवाई चाहिए.
Beautiful, right? If you need information, I'm going to pick up the pace so you guys can. Okay, Nicole ji, you need
मुझे जानकारी yes.
yeah, it's okay.
जानकारी
So,
चाहिए.
beautiful.
जानकारी
If you need, you can say मुझे जानकारी चाहिए, and we did that, so it will be जानकारी. Okay? मुझे information चाहिए और मुझे जानकारी चाहिए. Okay. Nicole ji, if you need, oftentimes our phone is going out of battery and we need a
Power.
oftentimes our phones are going out of battery, right? So what would you say? मुझे
I don't even know what what you're looking for.
So when your phone is going out of battery, you want to charge it, right? So yes, so
मुझे charge चाहिए.
charger
Charger.
चाहिए, right? So मुझे charger चाहिए. I know it's an English word, but it's used pretty commonly. So मुझे charger चाहिए. Yeah. We already did the okay. You are in a new city or a place, and you need to rent a room, okay, or you need a room, okay. How would you say that? मुझे
Camera चाहिए.
Beautiful.
मुझे camera चाहिए.
मुझे कमरा चाहिए. See, you're doing it. कमरा चाहिए. मुझे कमरा चाहिए. Right? Okay, I'll take one simple one. Marwa ji,
मुझे
you
इंसाफ
need
चाहिए.
you need some advice. How would you
मुझे
ask?
सलाह चाहिए.
Beautiful, right? मुझे
और
सलाह,
मशवरा चाहिए.
right? सलाह is advice. मुझे advice चाहिए. Okay. You want to say I need your advice. It would be Marwa ji, I need your advice.
मुझे आपकी सलाह चाहिए.
Beautiful, right? मुझे आपकी. Why आपकी?
Because salah is feminine.
Beautiful, right? Because salah is considered feminine. That's why it's your advice. मुझे आपकी सलाह चाहिए. Yeah? Mia, you want to share some sentences? Mia? Okay. Welcome to Mia. Okay, I think you are there, Mia ji. You want to share some sentences, Mia ji?
मुझे कलम चाहिए.
मुझे कलम चाहिए. And what does it mean?
I need a pen.
Very beautiful. Right? Now I'll work with you, Mia, more. So imagine right now all the things we are talking about, they are singular. Time, rest, information, charger, room. What if it is plural? Instead of kamra, it is kamre. Okay. Instead of gadi, it's gadiyan, like watches. Do you think there will be any change on chahiye?
Yeah.
Yeah. What will be the change?
Will it be nasalized?
What?
Will chahiye become nasalized?
That's right. So typically, this is your case number one where you will use chahiye. For plural, which is the case two, it will become nasalized, which is chahiye. However, Hindi speakers use it pretty interchangeably, right? So in the textbooks, you will see even for the plural things that are needed, this is being used, and it's considered correct. So you can use either of them, right? So, but I just thought it will be kind of good for me to kind of go over it, right? So if you need 2 books, Mia, how will you say that? I need 2
मुझे
books.
2 किताबें चाहिए.
Okay. They need 2 parking spots. Yeah, keep going here.
Can you repeat the sentence, please?
They need 2 parking spots. They
उन्हें
can,
2
yeah. Just say
उन्हें
parking spot.
okay, उन्हें 2 पार्टी और चाहिए.
Beautiful. उन्हें 2 parking spots चाहिए. Okay. Wonderful. I'm going to quickly mute everyone because there's some background noise, but hopefully you can all unmute yourself now. We need fresh vegetables. Okay, we need fresh vegetables. I'm going to have you guys all think. JDG? We need.
हम तेज सब्जियां चाहिए.
Okay, one more time. We need fresh vegetables.
हम तेज सब्जियां चाहिए.
Fresh, what word you're using for fresh?
I'm trying to say, I think it's tears or tears?
Taza.
Oh,
Taza. I think that's what you want to use.
yes.
Taza. So,
सब्जियां चाहिए.
okay. With how do you signal that this is not sort of an action but rather a desire or an experience?
हमको.
हमको, beautiful, right? So हमें और हमको ताजा सब्जियां चाहिए, right? Wonderful. So this was your case 2, which is basically you want to talk about plural, basically something more than once that you need. Okay. You can use chahiye with a nasalized Chandrabindu, or you can use without that. You will see both versions in the textbooks actually. Yeah. So don't let that bother you, right? Now, yes.
Actually, just a quick question. Is it Taza or Tazi? Tazi says sabzi.
Both are correct. Taza sabziyan or tazi sabziyan. Right? You will see both of them. But yeah, you will see tazi sabziyan actually. Tazi sabziyan as well. Tazi sabziyan chahiye. Yeah. Now, the natural question would be, can I use something, that's something that I needed in the past, right? That I needed your help, okay? The need existed before, right? So how do I do that? So when you want to say some need that existed before, okay? So let's say Nikolji, I'll work with you, okay? Let's say I gave you a call and you missed it, okay? And you're following up, hey Ashuji, I missed your call, what happened? Okay, and I want to say, Nikolji, I needed your help. I needed your help. How do you think I will say it in Hindi?
मुझे आप what is help again? चाहिए. आप चाहिए? No?
So help is?
चाहिए.
Okay. So chahiye, definitely we'll put chahiye here. Your help would be aap.
I don't know. Pace.
Okay. Huh?
No, I don't know.
Okay. So you can just use the word called help.
Help. Okay.
What is your name in Hindi? Your name, just the word your name.
तेरा नाम.
Tera or aapka, beautiful, right? So aapka naam. Just like that, your help would be
आपका help.
okay, because close. And because help is feminine, it would be
आपकी.
Beautiful. Aapki help. So now it would be मुझे
आपकी help चाहिए.
But you want to convey that in the past. मुझे आपकी help चाहिए.
I don't know. Sorry.
It's okay. You're doing great. मुझे आपकी help चाहिए थी.
Okay.
थी, right? So in case number 3, you will put tha, the, or thi at the end. So take all the sentences we made in case number 1 and you will put tha, the, or thi at the end to convey that the need that existed before. मुझे चार्जर चाहिए था. Okay? मुझे किताब चाहिए थी. Okay? मुझे दूध चाहिए था. Okay, oftentimes if you're living in a close community, I don't know if hopefully it exists before now also, like you don't go run to a grocery store, right? I mean, if the close neighbors, they will ask each other for the milk, like they're making chai and they run out of money, and they'll knock on the door and like, okay, दूध चाहिए था, right? So you can say that, right? I mean, थोड़ा दूध चाहिए था. Okay, और थोड़ी जानकारी चाहिए थी, information चाहिए थी. Okay. LNG, you want to give some examples of this particular case number 3?
मुझे आपके पैसे चाहिए थे.
चाहिए थे. Right, so आपके पैसे चाहिए थे. What else?
आपको मेरी मदद चाहिए थे.
Okay, beautiful, awesome. Let's see who has not. Sunita ji, you want to give it a try?
मुझे केक बनाना मदद चाहिए
थी. Okay. So we will come. I know you the case you're using, we will do right after that. But if you want to just say simply mother, you can say that, right? But we'll come to the word part as well, right? The verbal noun. So stay with us, yeah. Michael from Germany.
मुझे बोतल का पानी चाहिए था.
मुझे bottle water, right? So मुझे bottle water और बोतल का पानी चाहिए था, right? I mean, so you can say that, right? Awesome, wonderful. Any questions so far before we jump to case number 4? Feel free to unmute yourself if you have any question.
Ashutosh, I have a question. Do you say chahiye tea or chati tea? Number 1, and
So,
if it is
right.
needed, don't you use the word zarurat? Zarurat.
Yeah. So you can say मुझे इसकी ज़रूरत थी. You can use that as well. But in this one, we are talking about just the चाहिए. Chahna, you can use variations of chahna also, right? मैं चाहती थी, right?
Yeah.
You can use that as well. But most commonly used is this one, and the jarurat also. But chahna, the verb part, grammatically it's correct. It doesn't come so naturally to the Hindi speakers. Like directly, they would always use the indirect way of saying it, which is subject ko something chahiye or chahiye tha, right? Rather than subject chahta hai. Okay.
Okay.
In English, it's basically it's coming to you because it's in English. It's I need this, or I like this, okay, or I feel this. So it's everything is kind of, it comes as an action or done by the user, right? Hindi is completely split out basically. Any more? This is important. So if anybody still like struggling that why ko, right? Why all of a sudden you have a ko? Because it's very important, right? I mean,
Actually, can I ask a quick question? The Mujhe Aapki Madad Chahiye tea, the T is because, is it because Madad is feminine, or is it because the subject is feminine?
No, so whether you or me, both of us will say the same thing. So it's because mother, it's feminine. Yeah.
Thank you.
Now we'll shift to case number 4. It's an interesting one. So just to recall, first we did chahiye, where the thing that needed is singular, then it's plural, case number 2. Case number 3 is something, a need that existed before, right? And then you just simply put tha, the or thi. Okay, your case number 4 is when you when you want to express and when you want to give a gentle advice. When you want to give a gentle advice, okay, it's almost like it's advisable to this person that they exercise or they go to gym. So it's something that is not forced upon them, okay, but rather a suggestion. Like it's almost like you ought to work out, or you ought to eat healthy, okay, or you ought to watch a lesser TV or stop using social media, all of those, which is like you're giving a gentle advice, okay, not a forced thinking. How do we do that? In Hindi, again, this is, it's suggestion to the subject, okay, and it's still the use of chahiye, okay. One is, and I'm just going to try to, so one is when you need help, right? So, आपको मदद चाहिए, you need help, okay. You want to say you ought to help, as in like you should help others also, okay, because you are in a position to help out, right? What is the verb? You ought to help others. What is the verb? Because so far we are just simply using sort of a mother as a noun, as it, right? What do you think I'll change it with?
Karna.
Very good, right? So mother, instead of mother, if I were to write mother karna, what does it mean?
To do help.
To do help. To do help. Okay. So if I were to just say simply use the same thing that I have, मुझे मदद और मदद करना चाहिए, okay, मुझे मदद करना चाहिए, और what does it mean, JDC?
God, you should help me?
Okay, so one more time. One more.
It's should
Yes,
help me.
that's right. No, so I should help. मुझे मदद करना. I should help. Okay. I should help would be मुझे मदद करना चाहिए. Okay. I think it sounds better when you are telling, because this is like, who are you telling it to, right? So if you were to just say simply आपको मदद करना चाहिए, you should help or you ought to help. Okay. Or you ought to help others. आपको दूसरों की मदद करना चाहिए. Okay. दूसरों is others. दूसरों की, because की मदद, and this is for the beginner plus, की मदद. आपको दूसरों की मदद करना चाहिए. Okay. You should exercise or you ought to exercise. It will come slowly. So how would you say that? You ought to exercise. KTG?
आपको exercise करना चाहिए.
Beautiful. आपको exercise करना चाहिए. Okay. You ought, again with you, KTG, you ought to eat less sugar.
Oh, that's so true. आपको tori tori chini, but I'm not sure what less is. Something less sugar. Chini. Come chini. Kana. Eat. Kana chaye.
Beautiful, beautiful, right? Your noun with khana, chini khana chahiye. Okay, you are using the infinitive form of the verb here. Chini khana, pani pina, all of them, karna, all of them are ending with na. Right? You ought to take medication on time. Sunny, you as a doctor giving advice to your patients, how would you say that?
Okay. Up on time, I would say समय पर समय पर दवाई खाना चाहिए. Oh, करना पड़ेगा. I would say करना पड़ेगा, but I would not say चाहिए.
Yeah, I mean, you as doctor, you are in your position, you're probably free to tell them more forcefully. But let's say, you are giving them a gentle advice, you are not forcing, right? So, आपको समय पर on time दवा ई और दवा
लेना पड़ेगा इसका. लेना
चाहिए.
Yeah.
Padega, it's more like a compulsion. You must take it, which is fine. I'm not saying it's correct. Grammatically, it's correct. But it's what do you want to convey, right? If you want to convey gentle advice, then dawa lena chahiye.
As a doctor, I am usually emphatic. I don't say you should. Maybe you must.
Yeah. All right. So let's take. You ought to sleep more. Josh, you giving gentle advice to your friends or your family members who are older, like how would you say that?
Okay. आपको Sona.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
You can keep it simple. आपको सोना चाहिए.
चाहिए.
If someone is really tired
you should sleep.
Yes, right. You because you look very tired. Let's say you talk to someone that you care about, okay? And if they generally lack sleep, you can say आपको ज़्यादा सोना चाहिए. Okay, you can say that, right? I mean, you can make variations around it. If it is doubtful, if you're doubtful, you just take the infinitive form of the verb.
There's no sleep karna.
I mean, if you don't know the verb sona, then you can say, sleep karna. I mean, that would be fine. Right?
Okay.
But if you know the verb, then yeah. Neend nikalna is another one of neend is sleep, right? I mean, or nikalna is like to spend basically, right? So you can use that also. Yeah.
Okay.
I had a question.
Yes.
If you put the ta te ti after that, then would it become you should have slept?
Yeah. So that is the next case basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So right after that we'll jump to the one you're talking about, right? I mean.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Sharanji, how are you doing?
Good, Asha.
You want to give some examples of what is the advice that you can give or to people nearby?
This is advice I just gave recently. Usko har din chalna chahiye.
Chalna chahiye.
Yes, to my father.
Beautiful. Okay, आपको हर दिन चलना चाहिए.
Yes.
Anything else? Anything else comes to your mind?
Previously I had usko har din 8 gante ki neend chahiye. That's just a sentence. I'm not advocating for 8 hours of sleep every night.
Yeah. So in this one, beautiful, right? You mentioned that 8 घंटे की नींद चाहिए. It's still case number 1.
Yeah.
You need 8 hours of sleep. You're not using the verb part, right? I mean, which is still you need that, right? I mean, so a good use of that. Okay. Any questions? Anyone? Anyone finding it hard?
I have a question.
Sorry, Ashutosh, I have a question.
Yeah. So one by one. So let's first, who spoke?
I spoke.
Ronji, right?
Yeah, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we go to 4 and 5, so it might come later on. You want me to ask it now?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, what I was wondering if you have we've done single, plural, and past with a noun, and then we change to should. But single, plural, past follow the noun, whether it's a female or male. But what if there's no noun but just a verb?
Yeah, it will still be in the infinitive case.
Yeah, but if you do that in the past, does then the ta, ti, and te follow the verb or the person?
Yeah, good question. What do you think it will follow? By default,
I think it will follow it. I think it will follow the person saying it.
As in, let's
say, me susu chahiye.
Mujhe.
Yeah, sorry. Mujhe susu chahiye.
Susu
as in going to the bathroom.
Oh, I see. Okay. So
so then there's no noun. There's no noun, and then put it in the past. Then I expect ta to follow mujhe. That's my question, because there's no noun.
So I'm going to use a slightly different. Mujhe restroom. Okay.
No, that's a noun.
So if you were to use karna, restroom.
Oh, sing. You can use sing. Kana.
Okay. Mujhe gana. Okay. So you're saying mujhe only word, right? Mujhe gana. Chahiye.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Mujhe
And then the
chahiye.
question. And then the question is, tati will follow mujhe, right?
Okay. So that's right. So mujhe gana chahiye tha.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Right? That's what you would say, regardless of whether I am saying it, you are saying it. Mujhe gana chahiye tha.
So it's always ta. It's always ta.
It's always ta. Oh, okay. It's always ta. Thank you.
No, so in this one is मुझे गाना चाहिए था, right? Now you guys kind of tricky question. The last one, will there be thee? There will be cases, but I'll cover that right after this one. But in your example, it will be गाना चाहिए था. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. We'll come to your question maybe with more variations right away. So, Christine ji, was it you who were asking question? There was one more question.
No, not me, someone else.
It's
Okay.
me. It's me.
Okay.
I just want to ask about karna chahiye and karni chahiye.
Yeah.
I never hear karna. I always hear karna, chalna chahiye. Is there chalni chahiye, leni? You said now leni chahiye.
Yeah. So,
Where we can use this and that.
You can use both of them. Like grammatically, you will use the infinitive form, which is na, but Hindi speakers, they use like the feminine part as well, right? I mean, so just like madad leni chahiye. So you will see both the cases. Colloquially,
Depends on noun which we use.
yes. So Hindi speakers depending on the noun, sometimes they change it, right? But if you look at the books, it will almost ending always with the infinitive form na, right? Gana, right? Not gani, right? So they, madad karna, not madad karni. But Hindi speakers, you will see them saying Hindi, mujhe madad karni chahiye thi. So I don't know if it confuses, but if you hear it, it's basically colloquially it's popularized, right? So they will say that as well. Yeah.
Asunji, I have a question.
Yes.
On the bottom sentence there that you just wiped off, mujhe gana chahiye tha. If you had a feminine object in there, could it become chahiye ti?
So if it is like mujhe tickets book kar leni chahiye thi.
Yes.
Right, so you will say that.
Okay. So if there's a
Right.
feminine object in there, then it could be chahiye ti.
That's right.
Okay.
Right. So your case number 5 is basically you should have. So your case number 5 is something where you feel that you should have done it. You should have done something, and because it was not done, there are some regrets. Right? So, and when you have a situation like this, you would use, the verbal noun with chahiye, right? So, as an example, you should have arrived on time. Okay? So, one is you're giving an advice to someone, which is आपको first, let's start with very simple. If you want to simply say आपको time चाहिए, you need time. Okay? Now the next thing is आपको टाइम पे और समय पर टाइम पर पहुंचना चाहिए. Which is, you see, it's pahuchna, infinitive. You should arrive on time. Okay, aapko samay, you should arrive on time. You're giving a gentle advice to someone. When you say the third case, which is aapko time par pahuchna chahiye tha, it means that you should have arrived on time, and because you didn't, the train left or your vehicle or bus left. Okay. So something that should have happened in the past, but it didn't, and you are regretting it. Okay. Let's say you should have practiced more. Okay. आपको practice करना, चाहिए था. Okay. Or if you're considering it feminine, आपको practice करनी चाहिए थी. Okay. आप और मुझे जल्दी सोना चाहिए था, and maybe I'm feeling groggy now, or I'm not focused, and I'm feeling like, oh my goodness, I'm feeling sleepy. Okay, तो मुझे टाइम पर सोना चाहिए था. Okay, the question was about the feminine. Can I say we should have booked tickets in advance? हमें पहले से और एडवांस में टिकट्स बुक कर लेनी चाहिए थी. Right, so I'm talking about feminine plural. Okay, now this one is, even though it's book kar leni chahiye thi, you would see the variation of as well, and you will see in the books book kar lena chahiye tha. You will see that as well, both. So you'll see both versions of it. So don't let that confuse you. You stick with what's coming naturally right now to you. Right? As long as you know that it's what you're really conveying is that you should have done something and you've not done it, and you're regretting not doing it. By and large, all the books will stick with the infinitive form of the verb. By and large, all the books. Yeah. I know we are 4 minutes over, but I'll take one more questions, and if there are more which are bothering, feel free to send me on WhatsApp, and either we can cover it on WhatsApp, or we can do some more refresher before when we meet next week, right? So that way at least we can continue from here.
No, Ashuji, I'll ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, I mean, this is the BBC News, since I'm following the head of the BBC News had to resign. So how would you, I know the word for resign is istifa. So how would you put it this way? So how would you say that?
So put in, like, if I were to say that you should resign, you ought to resign.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Anything.
So if I'm saying it to someone, आपको इस्तीफा देना चाहिए.
देना चाहिए. इस्तीफा देना चाहिए.
Yes.
Okay.
I would say और आपको resignation, for those of you who is finding it hard, you can say आपको resign करना चाहिए और आपको resignation देना चाहिए. And if somebody has not done it and they should have done it, how would I say, Sunny ji, आपको?
Okay. Now I'm getting confused.
Yeah, same thing.
I'm sorry, what was it?
The question is, I said it 3 ways. आपको resign करना चाहिए, आपको resignation देना चाहिए, और आपको इस्तीफा देना चाहिए.
Yes.
If this is the 3 sentences for case number 4,
right,
where you're giving a gentle advice. Let's say they themselves are feeling it that, oh, I should have done it. Now I'm feeling even more pressure, why I didn't do it. How would...
So, उसे इस्तीफा करना पाया और इस्तीफा करना पड़ेगा?
No, this will be case number 5. So it will be, आपको इस्तीफा देना चाहिए था.
Okay.
So same thing that you did in case number 4, you just put tha at the end. आपको इस्तीफा देना चाहिए था. Or आपको resignation देना चाहिए. Let's say I'm meeting them in the back room, after a few months, and it's a friendly conversation, right? Like, you should have done it. That was the right thing for you. Okay? Or आपको apology करना चाहिए था, or apologize करना चाहिए था. Right? So you could spin it, but like something that somebody should have done in the past, they've not done it, then you just take the case 4 and put, tha at the end.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Asuji, then you would never say resign diya chahiye tha?
Resignation dena chahiye tha.
Dana, use the infinitive. Dana.
That's right.
Thank you.
Resignation, yeah. Okay. So just to recap, okay, I know in the last hour we discussed 5 different cases, okay, and just to recap, when all the needs and desires and all of these needs, desires, and expectations in this case, right? These are considered in Hindi experience. And the way to convey that is not necessarily from an agent perspective, but rather what is needed. Okay. And whenever you have a cases like this in Hindi, you use ko with the subject, and it conveys to the subject something is needed, right? And this is by design, because Hindi kind of, and some other languages also, they separate out something that is, that the user does versus it happens to them. Okay. Needs, desires, these are something that it's happening to the user. They're the recipient of it, right? So when they're saying, I need help, I need job, or I need money, or I need water, it's something they are receiving it, right? Whether it in present or past tense, right? So for that, we use the concept called chahiye, right? So that's why we did the case number 1, chahiye. If it is multiple things, you can use the nasalized version of it, your case number 2. If the need was, it's from the past, you use tha, the, or thi with that. Your case number 4 is when you are giving a gentle advice to someone, like you ought to eat less sugar or you ought to go to the gym. That's your case number 4. Case 5 is when you should have done something, and because it was not done, you have some regrets, or now you're doing postmortem of it and reflecting on it. Okay, so that's a quick summary of the class. And if there are definitely questions, we'll recap again next week. And I want to thank people who watched live on Facebook.